Welcome back to the internet's best reactions. Today it's the Singapore Grand Prix, but before we begin, I want you all to put on your metaphorical seatbelts and strap yourselves in, because my God, did things kick off. So before we get things going, Formula One tweeted a very interesting quote from Daniel Ricciardo. "I still believe we can do it. Ideally, Max takes Seb out." It's a conspiracy. Illuminati confirmed. That's it. It's all over, guys. Sorry, F1 is fixed. So as we are WTF1, I'll kick off with the WTF1 official tweet. And it's literally first lap highlights, explosions. And to put that into context for people who strangely have decided to watch this video before the race, Vettel, kind of bit of a rubbish start. Verstappen, a little bit better. Raikkonen, torpedo off the line from third. You would have thought maybe it was Kvyat driving and he was up the inside. He was probably going to take the lead. And then there was a Ferrari pincer. Verstappen hits Raikkonen. Raikkonen goes into the side of Vettel. KO. All of them out the race. Hamilton's in P1. Guido van der Garde was on point as per usual. He always is. He loves a meme and a gif. He said, "I'm not pointing fingers, but if I had a bakery, I'd introduce the Ferrari sandwich." I'm not sure if Verstappen would buy that. Daniel Apt getting in on the gifs as well, and it's a very popular gif that I love. I think it's from some sort of Asian TV show, and it's with this person running away with explosions happening in the background. I think you're nodding like you know this gif, Alistair. That first corner feeling, yeah. Indeed, that's Hamilton right there in that picture. Another very popular gif that I've seen before. Racing Jokes did this one. Ricciardo and Hamilton surviving the turn one crashes and then it has the budgie running away from explosions. I don't know why these gifs are so popular. I don't know why there's explosions in the back, but you guys seem to love it. A man that needs to be commended and applauded for his start was Fernando Alonso. He was third going into turn one with his wet weather tyres. What a start, you have to say. And then there's the Zesty Oranges, great name, almost mispronounced that. Record scratch, freeze frame. Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation. And then it's Alonso on no wheels. No, he's all in the air. I was going to say two, no wheels. Speaking of Fernando Alonso, he carried on for a little bit, and Arav came in with Alonso's McLaren Honda this race, stronger than a Nokia brick phone. I mean, I would have put it a Nokia 3310 because, I mean, throwback for the lads that, you know, or girls, sorry, that are around, you know, my age. 3310, did you have a 3310, Alistair?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I played Snake on it.
Yeah, and it's probably still alive to this day in a drawer somewhere. Considering we had an enormous crash at turn one, the moment that stuck out for me, where I literally gasped, was when Jolyon Palmer has dived up the inside of Valtteri Bottas in a Mercedes. I think everyone's literally just gone, sorry? And WTF1 official, Palmer just overtook a Mercedes, and then it's that full on, like, genuinely what I was like. I was full on like, Jolyon, is there someone else? Is Robert in the car? I'm pretty sure that's not you. At Darcy F1, what a difference a year makes. And I think last year, Verstappen had an incident with, as you can see, a Force India going in front of his front wing. And then obviously this year he had a collision with the Ferraris. It doesn't seem like Verstappen can get out of turn one, lap one at Singapore unscathed. Poor guy. Literally, I swear every time he retires, Ricciardo just is on the podium, just every single time, no matter how quick or slow the blooming Red Bull is. This tweet made me laugh quite a bit. At IGP manager, literally McLaren while they were watching Alonso's telemetry. And this is when Alonso had the impact and was just carrying on. And Alonso was like, "Oh, the car doesn't feel good," and stuff like that. And they were like, "We don't know what's going on. We've lost all data." And then we just got... That gif is just awesome. At the end of the race, at _Chris UK, breaking, Lewis Hamilton unveils new helmet design to support his vegetarianism. I think he put it on Instagram that he's going vegan and he wants to treat his body like a temple and, you know, eat all this beautifully green stuff. And then he got him like waving to the crowd with ham on the back and someone's photoshopped corn. That's good. I enjoy that. I really enjoy that. At the end of the race as well, at Bad F1 Stats, every time Jolyon Palmer doesn't have a drive for next season, he finishes in the top 6. I don't know if you guys know this, but Jolyon Palmer actually found out he didn't have a drive next season online rather than from his team. Can you imagine that? Just logging on and be like, oh, we've got a drive next season. Brilliant. Speaking of Jolyon Palmer, at the end of the race, he had an issue, well, actually for a few races, he's had an issue with his tracker on his car for every time he goes over the start-finish line. He just gets lost and Crofty's like, I don't know where he's gone and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, at the end of the race, it actually came up on the timing screens that Jolyon Palmer won the race. And just looking at that screenshot makes me feel a little bit nauseous, if I'm honest. Jolyon did drive well though, to be fair. Finished P6, which we'll get onto in my favourite part of the show.
And now it's time for Race Rundown with your host, Matthew Gallagher.
Welcome to the greatest part of the show. It's my favourite part, mainly because of the introduction that I get. Thank you for joining us here in the Race Rundown. Here we go. Hamilton, Ricciardo, Bottas, Sainz, Perez, Palmer, Van Dorn, Stroll, Grosjean, Ocon, Massa, Wehrlein were the finishers. The non-finishers, Magnussen, Hülkenberg, Ericsson, Kvyat, Alonso, Vettel, Raikkonen, Verstappen. Enjoy editing that, Alistair. Hamilton won the race and it was pretty easy for him, although for some reason the Red Bulls didn't have the pace they showed throughout the whole weekend. Maybe it was because of the changeable conditions, slight difference in track temperatures and things like that. But Hamilton was complaining actually quite a bit about the safety car coming out 3 times, I think it was in the end. And the last one, he literally had his hands on top of the wheel, like he looked like he was just driving down the motorway a bit fed up. But he's driving a Formula 1 car. So yeah, pretty easy for Hamilton. 28 points in the lead now. Damn. Ricciardo, I think he'll be pretty disappointed actually that he couldn't challenge for the win because the Red Bull was so quick all weekend, but for some reason the race he was just not really anywhere, and he was more coming under pressure from Bottas at the end of the race than he was actually catching Hamilton. But P2 for the smiley Australian, I'm sure he'll be happy with that. Bottas finished in 3rd, which I'm pretty sure had the explosion at turn 1 not happened, he would have been lucky to finish 6th. Because his pace was just nowhere all weekend. And I don't know why he just turns up sometimes and he's on a level with Hamilton, then next time he's 8 tenths off. He needs more consistency, man. Sainz P4, he was like a lap down at one point and he's finished P4. Legend. And I really hope he does well at Renault. Hopefully he'll do a little bit better than Palmer has, but we'll get onto him in a minute. Perez can be pretty happy with P5. He beat Ocon quite comprehensively, who finished down in P10, but he had his battles along the way. He was trying to catch Sainz towards the end. Couldn't do so, but P5, decent points haul for Force India after a few difficult races they've had this season. And now the man of the moment, Jolyon Palmer. Position number 6. I know guys, just breathe it in. Jolyon Palmer got points, ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy for him, especially considering it would have been a very tough weekend for him knowing that he's not going to be driving potentially anywhere next season, but fair play to him, P6. I hope you're all very, very proud of him. We've got some good news for at least one avid follower of WTF1, and that is that whoever is edited on my hands right now has won a copy of F1 2017, the game. Congratulations to whoever is just here. You've done very well. However, we've got one more copy to give away of F1 2017. All you have to do is like this video, subscribe, because if you haven't, we know we'll find you, and comment below who was at fault for the incident, and maybe give us a little one-line explanation as to why you think so. Was it Vettel, was it Raikkonen, was it Verstappen, or was it a complete neutral racing incident? And that's it. That has been the internet's best reactions to the Singapore Grand Prix, and what a race it was, at least for the first half. Kind of got boring towards the end, everyone was a bit too spread out. But either way, if you want to watch another video, click right here. If you want to subscribe, because you do if you want to win the F1 2017, click here. And if you want to go to our WTF1 shop, click just here. I'm Matt with WTF1, and I'll see you next time. Bye!